Most horror stories start with a sense of normalcy: a cabin getaway, summer camp, house sitting for a relative. But horror doesn't announce itself. It creeps in, slowly, quietly, until you're staring into the eyes of something that should not be there. These are three true stories, told exactly as they happened. If you're brave enough to watch alone, just know, some things can't be unseen. I inherited the cabin after my grandfather passed. It was hidden in the deep woods of Vermont, far from any towns, any traffic, any help. At first, it felt peaceful. The kind of quiet that lets you hear your own heartbeat. I spent the days organizing dusty boxes, fixing creaky floorboards, learning the sounds of the place. But on the third night, something changed. I woke up gasping for air, as if I'd been underwater. It was 2:33 a.m. The air was freezing, my breath visible even though it was the middle of summer. Something felt wrong. The silence wasn't peaceful anymore. It was watching me. I looked around the room. That's when I saw it. A pale figure in the far corner, still, completely motionless, just standing there. My brain tried to explain it. Maybe it was the coat rack, maybe I was still half asleep, but I couldn't look away. And then, her eyes blinked. The next night, I woke up again at exactly 2:33 a.m. She was there, closer this time, still not moving, still watching. I shut my eyes, praying it was a dream, but when I opened them, she was smiling. Not a normal smile. It stretched too far, like it had been painted on. I couldn't scream. I couldn't move. I just lay there, heart pounding so loud it drowned out everything else. Eventually, I must have passed out. When I woke up, the sun was rising, and she was gone. But under the bed, I found an old yellowed envelope. My grandfather's handwriting on the front. Inside, a note. It said, "She only watches the ones she likes. You must have made a good impression." I was 14 when I went to Camp Halcyon in upstate New York. It was the kind of camp kids either loved or feared. Deep in the woods, no phone service, just dirt paths, lake swims, and ghost stories by the fire. Our counselor was Mia. She was 19, full of energy, always humming some strange lullaby under her breath. No one else knew the tune. We all liked her. She made us feel safe. One evening, she took our group on a sunset hike. Just before dinner, she said, "We'll be back before dark." We walked the trail behind the cabins, through the trees. I remember how orange the sky looked through the branches. We reached the lake, watched the frogs, skipped stones. And then Mia said she needed to grab something she dropped further up the trail, told us to wait. She never came back. We waited an hour, then we walked back, told the head counselor. They called search and rescue. For 3 days, people scoured the woods. Dogs, drones, nothing. It was like she vanished. But something strange started happening the night after the search ended. I was trying to sleep when I heard humming, that same lullaby, outside the window. I told the others, but no one else heard it. The next night, it was louder, more distinct. I looked outside, and there, just beyond the tree line, was a silhouette. Slim, female, not moving, just standing there, head tilted toward our cabin. Every night after that, she came back, until the last night of camp. That night, she didn't show. Instead, in the dirt outside our cabin door, I found something carved, over and over. My name, dozens of times. and beneath it, just one line: "Come walk with me." I was 21, house sitting for my aunt while she was in Europe. She lived in a quiet suburb, safe, clean. Nothing ever happened there. I was there for a month. First week was fine. I watered the plants, fed the cat, watched TV. But I started noticing things, small things. A granola bar went missing. The shower was damp when I hadn't used it. My toothbrush was moved. At first, I thought I was just forgetting. Maybe I was being paranoid. Then I heard it. Thud. A soft step. From above. The attic. I convinced myself it was old pipes, squirrels, maybe raccoons. But the noises kept happening. Always late. Always around 2 or 3 in the morning. One night I stayed up, sitting in the hallway. I heard the creak of the attic door. I bought a motion sensor, set it up near the stairs. I told myself it was overkill, just so I could sleep. But that night, at 2:41 a.m., the alarm went off. I grabbed a kitchen knife and went up. The attic was cold, smelled like old wood and rot. There, in the far corner, behind boxes, I found it. A sleeping bag, empty food wrappers, bottles of water, a pile of trash, and a phone. Unlocked. Photos, dozens of them, of me, sleeping, eating, on the couch, in the bathroom. The last one was from above. A picture of me sitting on the couch, taken from the attic vent. He was watching me for weeks. He was gone. But on the wall, written in thick black marker, "You were perfect. Almost didn't leave." Some horror stories live in our imagination. Others live in our homes. Whether it's something watching from the shadows, calling your name from the woods, or walking quietly above you while you sleep. The scariest stories aren't always the loudest. Sometimes they're the ones that whisper. This has been Haunted Files. Subscribe for more true stories they hoped you'd never hear. Sleep well.